The Viral Fever TVF recently uploaded new episode in their Aspirants series, and the subject of that episode was Plan B. So what really is your plan B? I know a lot of you guys think that if you have a plan B, you do not give 100% to your main goal. But the truth of the matter is much more deeper than that. And I'm not saying you a blanket statement whether you need a plan B or not. It is a perfectly subjective analysis which needs to be done, but you need to think through with some kind of a structure. So let's just introduce the idea of plan B. If you have ever prepared for any competitive examination, you can understand the amount of uncertainty associated with it. Not just because there are a lot of people competing for that seat, but even your preparation is not going to be 100% dot to your plan. There could be any number of things happening in your life. Now, a lot of situations in your life is out of control, but definitely you need to think through before planning ahead. And if you plan with all the uncertainty which you can figure out, then definitely you can understand what will be the consequences if certain event or incident takes place. Now, what's exactly the plan B for you when you are preparing for economics entrances? Your dream college is, let's say, ISI, and you want to get into MSQE. You can take plan B as IGIDR. You could be more generous and take plan B as IGIDR and DSC. For somebody, the plan B could be DSC, and for somebody, the plan B could be JNU, and so on. What you need to think through this is, if you're really interested in economics entrance, your plan B will contain all the courses in all the institutes which teach economics at a master's level. And let's say you are more interested in mathematics. In that particular case, you need to figure out which institutes offer maths masters. And if you are more interested in statistics than economics, then your plan B should be focused towards statistics courses, and so on. Now, a good example over here is, let's say I'm preparing for, let's say, CMI data science. Now, what exactly is plan B for me? For me, plan B is preparing for CAT as well. Why CAT? Because if you prepare for CAT, a good CAT percentile, a decent one, can get you a shortlist in IISc Bangalore's MGMT, Masters in Management in Business Analytics course, and that's pretty much similar to your data science in CMI. What you need to figure out is, what is the thing which drives you? Not everyone is driven for maths or driven for economics or driven for statistics. Maybe you are someone of a creative bent of mind. So for you, you need to think whether you would be more interested in some kind of a creative course like designing, graphic designing, fashion designing, and maybe marketing, communication, and things like those. So do not try to go after the CTC and then figure out your interest. That is a kind of a self-defeating purpose. Try to understand which activities you gravitate towards, and then find a course, and then only have a plan A, the main goal, and a plan B. So definitely in this particular way, if you plan, you will have a cushion of plan B. Now, I remember when I was a kid, I was quite passionate about things. Still I am. But yes, I was a bit melodramatic, to be more precise. So for me, I had no room for plan B. So when I gave the JEE exam in my first attempt, I wrote only JEE and AIEEE. In those days, AIEEE was like JEE mains and JEE was your JEE advanced. When I prepared for ISI, the first attempt which I gave, I only gave ISI, DSC and JNU. I did not attempt IGIDR. Now, my experience with these two decisions which I have taken in my life is that no matter how confident I was, how high I thought about myself, in these two instances, my main goal was not achieved in the first attempt. But when I prepared in the second attempt for IIT JEE, in that attempt, I filled all the forms. I mean, I don't even remember how many forms I filled up for the engineering entrances. And I got shortlisted rather I got admission offers from all of the firms initially. But yes, luckily I got through IIT. And when I was preparing third time for ISI, I filled a lot of forms again. Yes, and the thing here is I filled economics, data science kind of courses. What helped me in my plan B was that it gave me a bit of cushion and some kind of a comfort that I have something to fall back onto, and there are different kinds of people. Maybe it is not true for you, but for me, it is particularly true that when I have a foundation behind me, when I have an assurity behind me, then I work harder, and that tension which is taken away from my mind gives me a different kind of motivation to go all out and prepare in a very thorough way. But the problem here is I cannot say this very conclusively because there were a lot of factors associated with my life. So I cannot give you like a one size fits all solution. So you have to figure it out for your own self. What kind of a person are you? What kind of a life situation you are in? And what kind of courses you want to be enrolled into, influenced by your instincts. So this will help you in a proper preparation. Now, if you have watched my previous video on how competitive it is to get to ISI, then you will understand that your performance is the sole criteria for you getting that coveted seat at ISI, IIT or IIM. But the thing over here is there are many factors with your preparation, as I just said a while back. So considering that, plan B is not really a bad plan. But the thing over here is you need to think it through, that do you really need a plan B? What should be your plan B? What will happen if you don't get plan A? Because for some people, plan A has a lot of utility and plan B is something which has a very less utility. Now, I could give you an economics concept here. Let's say you have a utility function such that utility plan A plan B is plan A plus plan B. For that person, it doesn't matter. Either he gets plan A or plan B, he will equally be happy. But let's say for someone, the utility is some kind of a skewed. His utility is something like, let's say, 5 plan A plus 0.2 plan B. For him, getting plan A has 5 by 0.2, which is 25 times. So he prefers plan A 25 times more than plan B. So you need to figure out this aspect as well. So considering all these aspects, do take a decision on your plan B. If you like this video, do give it a thumbs up and do not forget to subscribe if you haven't done already.